go. One big race today and tomorrow.
Our national anthem.
Thank you very, very much, Jim. I'd like everyone to please rise for the singing of our national anthem. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous night, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Fine job, Ron. Gary Wainwright. Tom Phillip. 5 cars to qualify. The gates come out and they're racing. Nancy Sherman trying to hold on, but very, very wide. Pete Fernandez. Mercury quickly jumps down the inside. Look at Scott Serendinski in the 53. Scott Serendinski in the 53 puts the sleeve on down for the middle. All right, Pete Fernandez right through it. Serendinski getting through in that 26 automobile and taking over the lead. Holding on to it now. He's being challenged by Scott Serendinski and John Sylvia in that 33 car. Way out there, making it pretty deep at 68. But they tried to go through the infield around and around he goes. In the lead is Pete Fernandez. Look at Hamasi Harmon out there. In that 40 on the lane. Gary Deacon Murray. Right in at the halfway mark. The halfway mark. Remember, only 5 cars are going to qualify. 5 cars are going to qualify. They're all squeezing through that line. Pretty hard to stop the marking motion. And now we got a little bit of debris on the track. That looks like there might be yellow flag card. Brings us under our first yellow of the weekend. We're racing. This time Serendinski has got himself a little bit of the lead in front of Pete Fernandez with that 33 automobile of Sean Sylvia running in 3rd spot. Hamasi Harmon holding down the 4th is that 82 of Scott Sundin. They want to be those top 5 cars. They want to get some distance. They want to get some distance with 2 laps to go. 2 laps to go. The 71 of Gary DeGaspari, he wants to get into this, but he has to pass somebody. The 71 has to pass somebody to be able to run in the feature event. Look out, here we come around again. Last time around, can that 71 of Gary DeGaspari get up in there and get around to run in the feature event? The 53, the 26, the 33, the 40, and the 82 coming out of the turn. They are your qualifiers as they come out of the turn across the line. Scott Serendinski wins it. Pete Fernandez is 2nd. The 33 of Sean Sylvia is 3rd. The 80. Here is Pete Silva.
That's Jim Power for a street stock second heat. Starting the pole position, Tumblers Incorporated, Mom and Dad, of course, sponsoring from Taunton, number 80, Scott LaBelle. In the second position, it's the number 33 car. Oh, excuse me, we've got the wrong lineup. There we go. That's Sean Sylvia, the 33. We just saw him race.
Yeah. No, you got the right lineup. It's just Sean Sylvia's wrong.
They put the same person twice?
Yeah.
Because Sean Sylvia's in this one.
And we're getting our lineup recorrected here.
So who should it be, number 6?
We've got it, we're underway. Bringing up our last few positions from Carl's East Coast Speed out of Warwick, number 37, Paul Jakes. From Edgartown, Mass, number 24, Chris McGee. Cutler Construction, Jack's Auto Salvage, Modern Grinding from Warren, number 84, Dave Radcliffe. And the number 116 is Jim Sylvia. Sponsored by Danny's Auto, Chet's Automotive, Jim Zega Signs from Rochester, number 30, Robert Demers. Bryant Tree, Bryant Tire, Western Performance from Weymouth, number 08, Russ Bryant Jr. And in the number 6 car, that's Steve Blaze. Blazing a trail, if you will. Followed by 80, Scotty LaBelle in the number 80 automobile. They're moving a smooth, steady pace as we approach our halfway mark. Smooth is fast, and again, we get a little bit crazy there. We get a little touchy feeling going on between the 7 of Tony Olszewski and the number 1 car.
Louis Rotundo.
Rotundo gets away, but still way out in front is that number 6 car. Rotundo in the 1. The top 5 will be your last qualifier out of this heat. And now the number 80 car of LaBelle gets a little sideways, losing some time to the 47 automobile.
2 laps to go.
With 2 laps to go, things are a bit slippery down there. 3 deep coming out of turn 4. It's the number 98 car on the outside in the middle of the pack.
7 is carrying the 98 way
And
out.
sideways goes the 7, tying things up on the back straight as we get down to 1 lap to go. Into the wall goes the 7. On the infield is the 24, but we're still underway with 1 lap to go. And this changes everything for the top 5 qualifiers.
It's Tony Olszewski that went out 7.
And Olszewski is going to pit in the 7 car. We've got our checkered flag. And bringing up the top 5 is the number 23 automobile of Bruce Rigo.
Want to remind you, set up over there on the side is Trackside Magazine, with Trackside offering 2 free tickets to the Busch Grand National North Race at Lime Rock next weekend. A $45 value free when you sign up for a 2-year subscription. Stop by and see Ernie over at Trackside Magazine. Ready to go with the 3rd one. Ron?
Thank you very much, Jim. And on the pole for qualifying round number 3 in the street stock division, we have the big automobile. That's Kevin Ott out of Cumberland. And outside Kevin is the number 91 for Chris Robbins. He's sponsored by Flint Pest Control and Precision Auto Body. Second row inside. Okay, the field comes down, nice steady pace. They get the green flag, and the number 27 gets the jump, tries to lead the field down into turn number 1, but the number 91 of Chris Robbins is working that outside groove, wants to get to the front. Remember, 5 qualified. Right now it's a nice steady pace as they complete lap number 1, and unofficially it was the 91 of Mr. Robbins who took the lead at the line, and here comes the 8 machine of Ed Gannon, wants to get also by that 21, the 36 and the 63 machine lock bumpers momentarily on the backstretch. The 2 break loose, and both competitors are able to keep going. Meanwhile, the 06 of Jason Sinertia has some sort of a mechanical problem. He limps down the front stretch. Oh, there he goes. He seems to, I think it's a gas problem. It looks like as if he gains power and then doesn't gain anything. Meanwhile, the 91 of Chris Robbins is in the lead, but Ed Gannon in the number 8 is looking to the bottom, wants to get by, and whoa, the 05 goes into the infield completely sideways, comes right up in front of the 54 machine. At the halfway point, there is a torrid battle for the lead.
The 06 is going to give us trouble.
And the 38 Ron gets sideways coming. Oh, what a mess. The 38 got completely sideways.
And
the 63 lost its rear rubber.
Should be jumping.
The 06 of Racing Jason gets that machine back to the pit area, but the 63 of Ken Spencer.
Keith Morrow got the chain of events.
And that's exactly what he does as Ron Manfredo throws the green, and Ed Gannon, working that outside groove, can't beat the 91. Just cannot seem to get by. Let's see what happens as these laps unfold. Bobby Betancourt in the 21 machine just jumped into the final qualifying position. Kind of dirt tracks it around through 1 and 2, but some heavy contact is made between the 27 and the 05, Pete.
Serious stuff. They really got locked up. As a matter of fact, you'll notice the top of that 27 car is completely buckled. That really got whopped. Kevin Hopp's car really took a hit.
Of course, you got Ed Plant in the 05. He's trying the best to get out of that sandwich,
Yeah,
but
they are locked together.
I don't think he's going to make it. The 54 of Dean Petty is also hooked to the back of the 05, and it looks like the 05 is hooked by the front to the number 27, and nobody can get unhooked.
Yeah, I'd be curious to see the driver's side of that number 27 automobile. I bet there's a lot of sheet metal torn off that car.
Throw a little water.
In order to maintain a qualifying spot. The field goes 2 by 2 and out of turn 2. Down the backstretch, again, it's Robbins in the 91, running better than I've seen him run probably all year. He's holding back Ed Gannon in that 8 machine with 2 to go. 2 to go this time by. Watch the battle between the 21 and the 45 and the 22. The 36 of Jeff Sutcliffe gets into the picture with 1 to go. 5 to qualify. The battle is hot.
It really is, and Sutcliffe in that 36 really made a tremendous move to get himself into the top 5 qualifying spot. And now the pack is breaking up, Ron, with that 36 automobile really hanging on to that last qualifying spot as we get our checker.
Excellent job by Jeff Sutcliffe in the 36. He put and the showroom touch.
Well, let's see. Mike Hope in that number 9 automobile will be bringing him around. Mike comes from Rehoboth, and he's sponsored by Mike's Service, Flynn Pest Control, and Andy's Outboards. Mike Hope in car number 9. We call him Spike. Dick Carter from Canton in car number 3, the Snap-on Tools automobile, Junior's Auto Supply. He's the plumber from Canton in car number 3. He'll be starting outside pole. Roger Sisson Jr. in that black number 69 automobile, on this side anyway. And the green is out. We're racing. That's Mike Hope.
I don't remember the
That Mike's Service number 9.
and even in the division.
Yeah, I don't even know if that's one of our cars, is it?
I don't think it is.
Does it say anything about Seekonk on it or Cumberland?
No.
As Mike Hope brings it around.
Sideways, excuse me, Jim. The 95 and the 01 car got sideways trying to avoid the 95. I can't help wondering if that 95, there you go, is blowing oil on that right rear tire.
He's blowing smoke. What he's doing?
I'll tell you.
Yeah, look at Waterman. Waterman way out there, right up on the fence in that 120, but he can't get it to get down in there. He wants to get in there and get up ahead of all those people, but they're faster because they're going the shorter distance. Waterman in that 120 squeezes it on through. As Roger sits in the New England Tech 69. And Roger's having problems. It looks like, I'm not sure, but it looks like that left front wheel bearing may be smoking.
And we got a black flag for that 95 car, Michael Glad.
A lot of smoke between the 9 and the 00 of Gene Weston as they're throwing each other doors and fenders and windows and everything else. Rich Napier 76 gets in there. So does the 46. The 46 of I don't even have a 46. I don't have a 46. Yeah, Rob Rotundo. Rob Rotundo is look at Napier getting down the inside of the 00.
You know, Jim, I'll tell you, excuse me, Ron just made a great point. Keep an eye on that 120 car, Waterman. Boy, he is tremendous. Ron Cornell mentioned that this guy has got eyes like you can't believe. He sees stuff happening, and he can thread the needle at a moment's notice. He's really moving his way around.
With the white flag, as Waterman gets into trouble, he's in and on and off the racetrack trying to get down the inside. He tried the outside all the way around and found out that it was just too far to go and couldn't get back down in there. Now the 99. The 99 commits the 46 hard, and he's out of action. The 99 into the infield. We have 5 across the line. Roger Sisson is first. The 76 of Napier is second. Gene Weston is third, the 9 of Mike Hope is fourth, and the 46 automobile of Rob Rotundo makes it across the line, and I don't think Jimmy Waterman made it. I could not find Nick Monahan.
That's interesting.
I'm hoping they claim he's going to be here. Keep your eyes open on the second turn. We got a wheel coming down. We got a wheel coming down out of the second turn as that 83 Midget loses a wheel, loses all the brake parts. We got bits and pieces all over the turn. We got bits and pieces all over the turn. Thank goodness that happened in warm-ups and not during the competition. They'll be picking up every bit and piece that they can find because, of course, the Midget's not something that you can go to the store and buy parts for. Only 3 on the Force, the Pro Force. I mean, only 2 of the Pro Force people.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Cross out one of them Pro Force. They've only got enough for 2 cars, 2 races.
I gotta keep me.
And it's time for another round. Speed warm-ups. And I've pretty much exhausted my knowledge of midgets, so why do we go from there?
You just don't talk. Just,
Yeah.
it's fine. Just don't say anything.
Yeah. He's supposed to be up here. He's supposed to be up here.
Well, this is warm-ups. They're not doing anything but warm-ups. You don't need to work today. Save it for tomorrow.
time of his reading in the pro speed.
Only this Rob Murray considered for that. Rob's also going to be out here running Rob is exhibitor for now in the 08. And it was also... The green is out. And Manchester very, very quickly jumps into the lead as he's being challenged by Ray Alexander in that 4 car. Helen has moved up quickly on the outside, and Scully right behind the 4 car of Ray Alexander. A lot of tight running out there right now. A lot of tight running. Nose to heel. Into the turns. Hold on, guy is a little bit prompt getting through the turn. The big 4 car, Ray Alexander, as he gets a little bit squirrely coming out. As Ray coming down, looking for a hole underneath Manchester. Manchester a little bit loose on the turn. Still looking for the track. And it kicks him out enough for Ray Alexander to try it, but no, the hole closes up again. Look out, Tom Scully and the 12 car, Bobby Pellin get tangled. As Manchester kicks again, going in the turn. This is a tease for Alexander. Alexander looks for it to happen. If he kicks out much more than that, Alexander will get that car in there. If he can't, he teases him again. As that 95 of Manchester kicks into the turns. This time Manchester stays lined up behind him as he's not going to get involved with having to break down and lose his momentum again. Let's see what happens this time in the turn. As Manchester way out wide that time. Way out wide. Can he close the door and get it back in again? Gathers it back up, and Alexander again is relegated to that 2nd place spot. Alexander really wants to get under him. As they come by again, Alexander trying to get by the 95 of Manchester. Manchester really using up all of the racetrack. Tom Scully trying to figure out which one to follow behind, and the 53 of Steve Traylor has got the same problem. Which one do you get behind? Which one will get there across the line? As 6 cars are going to qualify here in this Sportsman consolation, Sportsman race. I'll say it again. And this time Alexander gets under Manchester. And Manchester tried to close the door and found that the doorway was blocked with a shoe in the threshold. It's called bagging your way through. As Ray Alexander has the lead. The 08 of Rob Murray trying to get up among those top 6. Ray Alexander has the lead for the Manchester, running in 2nd spot. Scully is 3rd. The 53 of Steve Taylor is 4th. And then we have Pellin and Murray side by side. Pellin and Murray. I don't know which one made it across, but I think they both did as far. I think that Mr. Manchester may be an inch or two narrower too, as the 4 of Alexander found somehow room to get by.
Well, that's what it's all about, and as you said here, this is the heaviest cars we've seen on this track so far this afternoon, and of course these cars haven't been out on the track for about a month now, at least in the racing configuration. Boy, it was really thunder as the tower just shook as they came by in the front straight. It's a great feeling again. Okay, we're ready for our 2nd Sportsman heat here at Seekonk Speedway. Sponsored by York Landscaping, Tay Dog Racing, Lincoln Sheetrocker. The green, we've got it. The green flag drops for our 2nd Sportsman heat.
They got off right to a rough start there as the 9 and the 23 came together before they even crossed the stop-finish line, Pete.
They really are banging their way up through the pack. Nothing smooth about that, absolutely, as they make their way. And Willis in that 77 car has really got a gap happening over the rest of the field. The fight is on right now in 3rd and 4th position. Of course, the top 6 will qualify. And we get sideways as the 21 of Boudreau bumps and gets bumped out toward the center of the pack. Tremendous racing in that middle section, Ron.
Yeah, Steve Sanford in the number 10 automobile is doing a really, really good job. He's holding that 10. Whoa, he got a little bit loose there, but he's holding that 10 right at the bottom. That's what you have to do. You have to make the cars work to go around you.
Well, it's quite a strategy because he is holding back 4 other cars behind him, which would lock up the final qualifying positions for this heat. Sideways goes the 88. He brings it back in, but now without losing about a half a second time there. Dropping back into the group is the 23 car. Your final qualifier at this time right now is that number 3 automobile of Joe Peary Jr. But he's mixing it up big time with the 42 of Leclerc. And Leclerc and Boudreau in the 21 fighting it out for that last qualifying position. And Dana Willis in the 77's got to tie it up. He's in clear going for that checkered flag in this heat. Again, it's Bobby Leclerc. It's Corey Boudreau, the 42 and the 21 fighting it out. Tremendous move, Ron, on that number 9 car coming on the outside, squeezing. There's nowhere else to go. Nowhere to go. The 9 car just squeezed it out and caught in the fray is the 23 automobile.
Kevin had.
7 laps complete, 7.
Yeah, involved there was Kevin Nab in the 23, Paul Vaness in the 9, and Steve Rib started that coming out of turn 2. He tried to turn the car and it wouldn't turn. He got high and wide, and as a result, all the competitors ran out of room.
They really did, and Ribby got himself sandwiched. We get it. The green flag drops. Back underway. Dana Willis makes his move, and out front he goes. And now it's the 42 car of Leclerc, who was previously fighting it out with Boudreau in the 21 for that 6th position, but now up through the pack they move. It's Boudreau in 3rd place, trying to get down on the inside. He does it with a tremendous move underneath that 10 automobile. Steve Sanford just could not lock the groove, and he falls behind, and now your top 3 are wrapped up by the 21 car of Corey Boudreau, still your leader. At this point is Dana Willis in the 77.
Keep an eye on that number 3 machine of Joe Perry. He's driving his heart out, folks. He's trying to make that outside groove work. He's got to get up by the 23 car in order to qualify.
With 2 laps to go, that 23 automobile of Kevin Nab is your final qualifier with 2 laps to go in this 2nd Sportsman heat. And now the pack opens up as we look for the white flag. Sideways goes Willis, but he brings it back in as they draft across that front stretch. Tremendous racing. And Nab still locking it up as Peary's trying to make his move on the outside. Can he do it? As they approach the checker, Peary gets sideways, can't do it, and Kevin Nab takes the top 6 position.
Ready? He introduced the last bunch, right?
Yeah, if you want.
Okay.
And we're keeping things moving right along here at the action track of the East. That Sportsman qualifying round number 3 hits the track. And on the pole will be Ron Reed in the number 89. Outside Ron will be Jeff Goodrow. And the 56 of Linwood Cohen, and the field gets the green flag. And getting a wicked hole shot off the 4th turn is the 89 of Ron Reed. Leads the field nicely down the backstretch. Remember, 6 to qualify, so keep an eye on Chad Chase, Scott Estrella, and Todd Henshaw. They're going to try to work those automobiles up to a qualifying position.
Wow, they were really getting down deep into that infield run in that top 6.
Jeff Goodrow just really shot the 070.
And now making his move is chasing that number 8 car to get around the 99 automobile, trying to squeeze himself into the position.
Jeff Goodrow in his Cisco's Performance 31 is working that outside groove. He's a little loose, but he's managing to hang on out there. There he goes, gets a little sideways, gets shifted up high and dry though, and he's to the back of the field in a matter of, what, 50 yards, Pete?
Well, it's like vultures out there. Once you make a little bit of a mistake, anybody behind you is going to take advantage of it and grab whatever room they can, and that's just what they did. He got a little loose, and the whole pack came under him. Now he's slowing down. We'll try to get word from pit crews of what is happening with that automobile.
And of course the 19 of Morrow is trying to fend off the 43, the 70, and the 8. He's working that bottom groove nice and smooth, using a little more of the track surface than maybe what is normal here, but this is a qualifying event. They've got to get a top 6 spot.
We've got 5 laps down, halfway mark. And look at Chase moving that 8 automobile.
Chad Chase, ladies and gentlemen, in that LaCava Brothers machine, looking to take over the second spot.
He's worked his way from the outside of the fourth row.
Doing a really good job in that number 8. Just took over third. Now he wants to get by the 43 of Ken Cola.
Boy, those are two real competitors right there, Ron. Morrow in the 19 and 8 of Chase. Two feature winners here at Seekonk Speedway.
Of course, you got Glenn Young in that JR's Junior's Auto Supply number 99 with veteran campaigner Linwood Cohen looking to get by. The 99 machine is on the bubble. The 56 of Linwood Cohen. Linwood, longtime campaigner, knows the track better than anybody, but can't get by. 2 to go, this time by, 2 to go. And Ron Reed is the class of the field, way out front. Nobody can catch up to that young man.
Oh, and Cohen gets loose and loses a lot of track there. There's an automobile that's been rebuilt many times over the 1994 season. He's seen a lot of trouble with that
Losing
car.
fluid. He's losing something.
Looks like we got a lot of fluid coming out of the 56 machine, the Magoni's Restaurant number 56. He's got some problems, but here comes Ron Reed, Ken Cola, Chad Chase, Morrow, Glenn Lawton, and Glenn Young, unofficially all into the main event tomorrow afternoon.
Skowhegan. He's going to crank it right to the top right now and gets the green and goes.
And this is tremendously exciting, Jim. Of course, this is open wheel racing right here with these tremendously fast 4-cylinder cars.
That Datsun-powered Cavalier, car number 22 of Paul DeMonica, showing the taillights right now to the Ford Ken Hurd in the 97. The 97 is the Ford powered. Here comes Savory. Savory in the 21. Savory's driving that Pulsar-powered Datsun. A Datsun-powered Pulsar, I'll get it right here. There's Savory down the inside. Savory knows his way around Seekonk Speedway. Savory in the 21 takes over the lead. Savory in the 21 takes over the lead as he comes to the halfway mark. The 21, George Savory. The 22, Paul DeMacchia. And the 3 automobile of Joe LeMay. 1, 2, 3.
12.66. These guys go as fast as Pro Stocks.
As they're getting around these super powerful Pro 4 automobiles. Really flying around this racetrack. Car number 75, Dick Dubois, with a lot of space between him and the third place car, as did Bill Gaston from Vernon, Connecticut. Bill in that 6 automobile wants to try to get by that 75. 2 laps to go. George Savory. George Savory has the lead. Savory has the lead. Here's LeMay trying to get underneath that 22 of Paul DeMonica. Paul DeMonica trying to hold on to that second spot as the 16 drops into the infield. Chris Sella in the infield. Savory with the yellow out, the 3 in trouble, and back out onto the racetrack again. So it's probably green, white, and checker. I'm not sure exactly how he's going to do it, but it probably will be green, white, and checker as George Savory, who is no stranger, the number 21 automobile. The number 21 is no stranger either to fans here at Seekonk Speedway because George Savory against the Midgets because they are fast. They are extremely fast. And the 3 does not get going again. The 3 does not get going again. This may prove expensive for Joe LeMay. Here's the white flag coming out for George Savory with Paul DeMonica from Skowhegan Maine in that second spot. Dick Dubois in the 75. Remember, it was a long space for Dick Dubois to try to catch up. Now the 6 again is putting on the pressure on the 13 as the checker is coming out, and it's George Savory the winner with Paul DeMonica in second spot. Dick, you can take a left and go up Dresser Hill into one of the most beautiful rides that you ever want to go in your life. You end up down in Dudley. You end up in Dudley on the other side. It's a nice part of the Massachusetts, Charlton City. It's just before Old Sturbridge Village there. Ready to go with the next one. Have a lineup for the next one?
Excuse me.
It's all right. You guys can do it if you want to, but I'm kind of checked out. Yes, ready to go with the green flag, and that Richie Murray. Richie knows the way around. He gets around good. The 19 is obviously in trouble. Harry Wheeler has obviously got a problem. Harry Wheeler's obviously got a problem. I can work off the other. Just jump right in.
Well, you know, that 19 car had troubles before the race even started. He had to get a little bit of a push start from one of his fellow drivers. So maybe he could be having spark problems right now.
The Hop Harrington sponsored car number 8, Mike Casey, is running in second spot, going against Richie Murray. There is a race coming up right there. Richie Murray and Casey now. Casey down the inside of Murray. Casey's down the inside of Murray as George Savory Jr. tries to get under the dollar sign.
Oh, that was tremendously exciting racing, and watching Casey drop down from that outer apex into the groove and really sew it up. And into the pits goes the 81 car.
Once again, young Mr. Savory tries to get by the dollar sign.
Sonny Reed out of Orleans, Mass. goes into the pits. We'll try to get word from his crew.
Whoa! Savory had to go into a lot of brake that time as he got in deep beyond the dollar sign. He got in a lot further than he wanted to get. And the 15 was able to overtake him. The leader is the 8. The 8 of Mike Casey from Rentham. Mike is running in top spot with the 88 automobile of Richie Murray running in second spot. That dollar sign now has moved in. The dollar sign is moving up very, very quickly.
Harry Wheeler just cannot get that number 19 car going.
Rene Dupuis from Glastonbury, Connecticut in that dollar sign automobile. Yes, whoa, Savory again having all of a sudden that car just breaking loose and going for a gollywop. As young Richie Savory trying to hold on to it.
And of course the field has been lapped.
Coming down for the finish, coming off the turn, it's that 8 car, Mike Casey. Mike Casey, you winner. Richie Murray is second. The dollar sign is third. The 15 is fourth. The 21 finishing.
Starting in your pole sitter. Sponsored by Hawley's Automotive. From Hopedale, Mass, the number 16 of Tom Volz. Out of Center Village, Connecticut, it's the 05 of Rich Barry. Sponsored by Pleasant Street Auto Sales, KGM Wall Covering, Armin's Getty from Somerset, number 46, Kyle Marchand. On the outside of the second row, PJ's Tire, Alice's Restaurant, C&D Auto Repair. From Berkeley, number 65, Pat McCrone. Sponsored by Complete Auto Body, L&L Auto Parts, Sea Farm Kennels. From Swansea, number 88, Kevin Casper. Mike Walsh. We've got our green, ladies and gentlemen, for our first Formula 4 qualifying event.
It looked like that 05 machine couldn't get going. We're going to have to come right out with a yellow flag because he kind of backed things up in that number 05.
Rich Barry just could not get that car moving, as you said, Ron. And this brings us under yellow without a complete lap, and that'll... We're back underway. Fighting it out for that top 3 positions right away. Kyle Marchand in the 46 trying to thread the needle as he gets a blind. He does it. He gets down underneath, finding the open space. And sideways goes the 16. Sideways goes the 48. Everything is breaking loose. They're back underway though. And Mike Walsh's numbers are all over the 4th turn. But they're back underway, avoiding another yellow. That 48 car cannot hang on to it.
He's just learning how to drive.
That 48 machine, that's a brand new driver, folks, just in case you were wondering. It does take a little bit of getting used to at these speeds here at Seekonk Speedway. So what you're seeing there is not an unprofessional driver, but a driver trying to become a professional.
Yeah, absolutely. That's Rich Acasella in the number 48 automobile. And in the infield in turn 3 is Jerry Berthelette, number 4.
Oh, the 4. This could be problems.
Very unusual to see Jerry Berthelette stuck there. The green flag drops. We're back underway for our first Formula 4 qualifying race. And up through the crowd, getting around Dave Banville is the 02 automobile of Ray Parent, doing a great job driving, challenging Banville on the outside, but he gets too high, losing about a half a car length.
Making it 3 wide in the back, Pete, as the 0-2 is way up into the 3rd group, but he gets by both automobiles. Well, he loses a little bit coming out of 4, though. The move didn't work.
He's using an awful lot of racetrack. Tough thing to do in this division because you just don't have the power to jump on it getting back in the groove like that.
All those sponsors in this.
65 car of McCrone coming up on the inside looking for the groove. Banville trying to make his way through the pack. He's doing a tremendous job as usual. Banville started on the outside of the 7th row here, and Marchand now, and the 46 car is slowing down on the outside. Kyle Marchand looks to be out of the picture. Again, a very unusual event here in this division.
Nursing it over to the pits. It looks like he's going to be able to stay out of harm's way, though, when we stay on the green here.
And we're looking for our 7th lap as McCrone gets a little sideways in that 64 car as they complete the 7th circuit. And now the 24 car run is out. Paul Guimond Jr. looking for the pits.
I believe so. Yep.
2 laps to go. 2 laps to go as McCrone in the 65 battling it out on the outside in that 84 car
or something like that.
of Bill Scholler.
Unless they've changed the
Banville fighting it out now with 1 lap to go, looking for the final qualifier in this race. Again, Banville in that 81 car started off on the outside of the 7th row.
And way in the back there, that number 11 machine of Mike Walsh, he's got stuff hanging off that car everywhere. I think they better use a different glue for their decals next time.
Absolutely. He's got body panel hanging off there again.
Providence in car number 93, the Andrews & Sons Bill's Auto Glass sponsored automobile. Cheryl Doobie from Pawtucket in the 3D rigging from Pawtucket, driving that car, number 8, Cheryl Doobie.
Feature winner.
Kevin Rougeau from Masonnet in car number 25, Mitch Lesage's car. Georgie Tripp from Somerset, and the China Village Restaurant, Ogal Wiring Service of Detroit, and Custom Molded Machine car number 45, George Tripp. Russ Harris from Seekonk, Rusty drives car number 32, sponsored by Crystal Ice, North American Auto, and Silver Brothers Towing. Dave Gavlik from Rumford, Rhode Island in car number 14, Attleboro Dodge, Bernie Auto Body Greco Parts, car number 14, Dave Gavlik. Pat Marino from West Warwick in car number 15, Coventry Wheel.
2 automobile. It was an added car as we're on your way. 32 getting a little sideways, and we're getting word now from our starter that the 25 maybe
Yeah, jump the gun.
I don't see a 25. He must have said 45.
Kevin Rougeau, the second car. First place car. Would he jump the gun?
Yeah, we got word, Jim, that the 25 car may be penalized because of jumping the start.
Yeah, we saw him drop down. We wondered if he was going to get caught doing it as he tried to get around Donnie Estrella. Kevin Rougeau, he's going to be a bit disappointed because I think he's going to be set back a position or 2, so he's going to have to do better than just stay out in front. How do you unwind yourself 2 more positions when you're in the lead? Car number 19, Richie Duffy, has moved into that second spot. Look out for the 93. It is side saddle. The 93 Estrella is sideways right through the infield and back out again. The 32 has taken over. Russ Harris has taken over that 3rd spot. Rusty, the Crystal Lake Special, is in that 3rd spot. The 13 of Bill Flint, the Bill Flint car, and Cheryl Doobie in the 3D rigging. The 3D rigging, Cheryl Doobie in the 8 is trying to hold on, but look out because Christopher, we have the yellow as the 93 could not get restarted. He was stuck up on the turn. So this is going to change things around again as we don't often get a yellow. And possession, the green is out. We're ready to go. As that 32 car, the 32 car, Rusty Harris. Rusty's way out wide, but he wants up in there. Look at the 94 getting by Cheryl Doobie. Wow. The 94 of Chris DuPont. He came squeezing up through there.
DuPont's doing a tremendous job now. He's getting on the inside of Rougeau in the 25.
And it looks like the 32 is starting to have engine problems, as we saw some heavy smoke that time coming out of the 32 automobile of Rusty Harris. can keep it together for a couple of more races, he can make it through the season. But look at the smoke coming out of it now. That's not a good sign for that engine.
Not a good sign at all, Jim.
Richie Duffy with the white flag. Richie Duffy has the lead. The 94 Chris Dupont from Tiverton. Chris with that 84 Rabbit is going after that 19 automobile.
And sideways goes the 61 with 1 lap to go. Getting tangled with the 93. They straightened themselves out but lost a lot of time.
That Mustang is a heavier car to get around. That Volkswagen having nowhere near the weight that the 93 has, the 19 has getting around. And it's won by Richard Duffy as the 94 Chris Dupont coming in. What is that awful noise?
I don't know. Why is Ron down there? What are we doing?
I don't know. He's just testing. Ready to go with the third of these Formula 4s. I think they're just testing. Here's the third one, and Pete Silva with the lineup.
He's saying, wait.
You want
What's going on? Why didn't we
No sound.
They're just testing that microphone. It's solid on.
Are you sure?
Yep, positive. Absolutely. When I go with the mic, go with the...
Okay, Jim, thank you. We're ready for our third Formula 4 qualifying race, starting on the pole. Pondview Excavating, Tunes Unlimited, Allard's Glass. From Providence, number 18, it's Les Potter. Sponsored by Arrow Tune-Up, Dave's Tire, Arnold's Oral Parts. From Tiverton, number 9, Scott Banville. On the inside of the second row, Dupuy Oil, Dumont Brothers Painting, Precision Harley. From Pawtucket, number... We're underway, Jim. We've got our green flag. And they go 4 deep coming out of turn 4 right off the bat. That number 52 car is really blowing a lot of oil onto its right rear tire.
Bobby Avila, he's had a drop out of it. I think he may have popped an engine.
But we're still in the green. Track conditions are okay. And up around comes the number 20 car.
Stan
Sherman. Really running well.
Yes, he is. He's going about twice as far as everybody else on the racetrack. And whoa, hold on to that Ford. As Rick Ellis gets that Ford out there, Pete, gets it around sideways.
Absolutely. Stan Sherman has really got quite a lead above the rest of the field, followed, of course, by Scott Manville in the 9 and the 96 car of Rick Ellis, who came up from 5th position.
That's Nancy Sherman's guy, number 67.
And sideways goes the 7. He keeps it going. Cutting through the infield, he just got loose. Approaching our halfway mark, that number 7 car, Russ Horsfall, just got loose going over the start-finish line. And we're looking for our top 6 cars as our final qualifier. And the 07 and the 33 get tangled up and get into the wall near the pit entrance. Down across the infield goes the 01 car coming out of turn 4. And the top 6 looks to be the number 63 car, Mike Potts. Looks to be your final qualifier in this race. As we get down to 2 laps. 2 laps to go. The race is on for that final qualifying position. As Stan Sherman in the 20 car passes the field. He's left the field. And now the final qualifier is fighting it out. It's that number 33 automobile. Fighting it out with Mike Bunson, the 63. And there you go, our winner in the number 20 car, Stan Sherman.
The 01 and the 63 both went by him.
And the 01 takes that final qualifying position. Unofficially, it's Billy Jalbert rounding out the top 6.
And that 01 didn't even get into that qualifying position. And the 48 is Fred Estelle Jr. from Westport, the local 3 bricklayer driving the Rolling Lynn Black. The 96, the car on the tail end. And the green flag is out. Green flag is out. We're underway with Wayne Newman grabbing a great big part of the lead as the 74 Dave Blanchard didn't get going right away. As Blanchard gets going now, and he takes over the lead. He takes over the lead as Paul LaPlante on the outside. Ooh, Martin just had something. He heard that engine scream, and now he is all done. Rick Martin in trouble with the 94 automobile. You heard the engine? Wow. Something broke. You heard the engine?
Something broke.
Really scream. As that 74 automobile of Dave Blanchard has the lead. In second spot is Wayne Newman. Third is Lenny Ellis. Lenny Ellis is third as the 42 of Paul LaPlante trying to hold on to that outside row. Whoa, Jimmy Wilkins a little squirrely.
Something's backfiring here.
Bugsy gets in with the 46. The 96 car gets up underneath. The 87 doing that, but it isn't the 87 today. I don't know, he isn't out there. Somebody's backfiring bad.
Big time.
Yeah, somebody's got a spark plug wire backing up there. As the 74 of Blanchard continuing to lead in this heat. Down the inside goes, no, the 48 trying to get under there and he closed the door. As the 41, Lenny Ellis, holding on to that second spot. Now, that Ford-powered 48 to the outside. 48 to the outside as he gets up behind Ellis at the halfway mark. The 46 of Jeff Thompson.
Getting quite a lot of backfiring. One of the leaders, not sure what automobile it is, but man, when they hit that downshift, there's some timing problem.
It is. It's a 74 of Dave Blanchard. The minute Dave gets off the gas, the minute Dave lets off the fuel, that car really pops hard. Now look at this, 3 deep going into the turn as Lenny Ellis trying hard to hold on. And the Ford-powered 48 right behind and pushed them through. As Freddie Estelle goes to the outside of Ellis. Newman to the inside as he hits Ellis. And the yellow comes out. Absolutely no reason for that.
No, there wasn't.
No reason for that whatsoever. How's about with that?
Boys will be boys.
46.
We're hoping that he's kidding us. There's the grade we're racing again. As the Ford-powered number 48 trying to take over the lead. Fred Estelle Jr. and Dave Blanchard side by side. Rosenfield and the 42 of Paul LaPlante get really tangled apart, and Newman's involved in it too, but Newman got out of it.
Well, they get out of it reasonably unscathed. Could have been a lot worse the damage there, but they sort of...
And the grade is out. Thompson got a very good break that time, as the 74 did not get going.
Bugsy's running good, real good.
Dave Blanchard in the 74 knows he can trust that driver of the 46 to stay right where he is all the way around. As Bugsy driving that 46 like old time, is in the groove and he doesn't bounce around. And in the lead right now, it's the 48 of Fred Estelle, the 46 of Jeff Thompson, and the 46 of Bugsy finishing in second, third spot, the 5 of Jimmy Wilkins. Coming by, looking for that white flag. Looks like they can keep that 42 together long enough to go that one more time around. Jimmy Wilkins putting a little bit of pressure on Bugsy right now. The 48, the 46, and the second 46. As we have qualified 6 of them. Like that. And we're trying to announce. You've got to tell them to stop.
Oh, I realize what you're talking about.
Oh, try to announce what's going on in your ears.
Okay, Jim, out on the Speedway now is qualifying round number 2 for the exciting Super Fast Pro Stocks. And on the pole, longtime campaigner here at Seekonk out of Westport is the number 40 Velpot's Poor Bob's Garage sponsored car for John Tripp. Outside pole out of Rehoboth, sponsored by Boston Chicken, Dell's Lemonade. Number 0, not Don Dione, and Johnny Tripp gets the green, gets the jump. Nice run so far for Johnny Tripp. He leads the field out of turn 2. The 33 of Ray Lee working that bottom groove underneath the 22 of Tony Dias Jr. It's a hefty battle for that second position. Okay, Okay, Ray Lee in that 33 machine grabs that second position with seemingly ease. Meanwhile, here comes the 99 of Wayne Dion, feverishly working earlier to put a motor in that car. That motor's been in that car and running about 15 minutes. You'd never know it. As the Copperfields Lounge, number 99, works the bottom groove underneath Norm Holden. And at the line, it was a dead heat. A dead heat. A little bit of smoke coming out of the back of the Cisco's Performance, number 87. He seems to be nursing that automobile around. Let's see if he makes it to the end of the qualifying round.
Oh, the bump and grind goes on in that 99 car, Dion. You know, just about 20 minutes ago back in the pits, they were still trying to get that motor up and running. And black smoke was literally pouring out of it. It's amazing to see what a job the crew has done to get that car running and competitive so quickly.
Top 6 men right up there. You got John Tripp, Ray Lee, Tony Dias, Bruce Taylor, Norm Holden, Wayne Dion, and the battle right now is for that final qualifying position.
And a little bit of caution there we get. There it is. You're starting to see that smoke come out of that car.
The 33 got into his own oil. It looks like something happened to his power plant. He got into his own oil, spun around right in front of the 22 and the 6 with neither competitor having a place to go. It doesn't look like there's any sheet metal damage though, Pete. It looks like that both competitors are going to be okay.
I'll tell you, it precipitated my remark. I was just about to say I saw a little bit of smoke coming out of that 33 car, and I couldn't even get the words out of my mouth fast enough before that car was in a tailspin.
A bad break for Ray Lee. Getting the jump, a wicked jump I might add, is Johnny Tripp. Bruce Taylor holding that bottom and looking to take over the 3rd spot from Norm Holden. He is now going to pull right up alongside of the 22 of Tony Dias Jr. and at the line, it's a dead heat for that 2nd position.
And again, that 87 throwing off a little bit of black smoke on that right rear quarter.
Looks like it might be brake smoke. It's coming right off the left rear tire. Seems like it's when he gets on the brakes, it smokes up a little bit. I don't think it's an engine problem. He seems to be running fine. He is in the final qualifying spot. Keep an eye on Wayne Dion. He's got to get by that 87. Wayne has to get by that 87. The 99 is smoking quite heavily at this point. It looks like it might be a valve cover leaking. Nothing serious. Hopefully there's nothing getting down onto the track surface. And Mike Bowler gets in deep, gets in real deep. Oh!
Sideways, 03 Taylor gets really hung up in that speedy drive coming into turn 4 and had nowhere to go.
Mike Bowler, that's last year's Street Stock champion, by the way. And caution number 2 on this event has to come out as the 03 damage in the rear.
And Wayne Dion's really moving fast. Yes! Tremendous move by Dion to get into a qualifying position, getting around the 3 and the 22.
Unbelievable.
That was just tremendous racing action on that front stretch as Wayne Dion threaded the needle to make his way into a qualifying spot.
Keep an eye on that 22 of Tony Dias. He's got to get by that 3 or he will not qualify. One more time around for the 22 of Tony Dias. He looks to the outside, dives down into turn 1, gets right up alongside of the 03, but cannot get it done so far. Half a lap to go. It looks like Mike Bowler in the 3 is going to qualify. Yes, folks, unofficially it is Mike Bowler in the final qualifying position. And under the checkers, it was Westport resident John.
Really threaded the needle as Tony Dias in that 22 came up high, was driving kind of erratically, and Dion was trying to make his way on the outside, got pushed up high and ended up threading the needle between the wall and Tony Dias. And really gunned it.
Well, Dave Sylvia in the Pro Stock Zero with a lot of damage to the rear. Dave, by the way, wants to thank Sweeney's Trucking, Ray Dan. Marita's Racing Engines sponsored automobile. As the green is out, Rigo takes the lead and runs with it. The 21 of Mike Santillano, he's having a little problem keeping down close in with that automobile. Cabarco staying right with Rico. Cabarco likes that outside lane as he's horsing that 00 around in very, very strong shape. Jimmy Kuhn in that white number 32, staying right on overhead back bumper. looking for the spots to go through. They figure that Rico is the one to follow, but Caparco is going to try to prove them wrong, as he's going to try to stay on the outside. Caparco is a long way around, trying to stay with Rigo. Houlihan wants to follow Rigo through. Caparco says, I'll stay on the outside, you won't get by me this way. And look out, here comes the 88 up the outside. Bobby Tripp looking to get up into this action. As we got two hot shots, we got Kuhn in the 32 and the 1 of Houlihan looking to try to get under Caparco. Caparco staying right with that 64 automobile and keeping things fairly well trapped up. Caparco using everything in the book to try to stay on the outside. As long as he can stay long enough on the outside, he can stay alongside of Houlihan. He can keep things as status quo. We come to the halfway mark. Houlihan and Rigo have managed to edge ahead a little bit from Caparco, and now Caparco gets knocked out of that second spot as Houlihan pulls to the outside, out and around. But Caparco, for over half the way, managed to hang on to that outside spot. Houlihan putting the pressure on Rigo right now, keeping Rigo in tight coming out of the turns. Rigo does not come out of the turns as strong as Houlihan coming out of the turns really hard. Houlihan leads on Rigo into the turn. Rigo needs a lot more coming out of that turn. Rigo looking for a lot of room coming out of the turns, and Houlihan wasn't going to give it to him.
You know, Jim Power, Ron Cornell just made a tremendous assessment of Rigo driving that 64. It's like he's out for a Sunday drive, but he's so competitive. He's driving this circuit with only his left hand on the wheel and his right arm draped over the bar like it would be a passenger seat driving on the highway. And this man is driving 95 miles an hour.
This man is also being challenged right now by that 32 automobile, and that 32 is Jimmy Kuhn with Tripp and the 23 of Channing right behind him. So Rigo is going to have his hands full with 2 laps to go.
Well, gentlemen, I think as Ron so astutely put it, he's got one hand full, the other one is relaxing, making 95 mile an hour left-hand turns.
Coming around is Dick Houlihan, George Rigo, Jimmy Kuhn, and the 88 of Tripp. With just a little bit to go, it looks like the Hooley's going to do it, as the corrections officer at the Commonwealth of Massachusetts Department of Corrections.
14th spot goes to the 89 of Gary Wainwright, and outside Gary is the 7 of Tony Olszewski out of Tiverton. Next in Gaspari in the 71 to hold him back, and he gets the early jump as the green flies. Jerry gets a good jump on the field, leads him down into turn 1. Hugging the bottom groove, just saying if you want to go by, you're going to have to go around, and that's exactly what David Radcliffe has in mind.
And sideways, excuse me, goes the 24 doing a 360 in that rear back straight.
And that's Chris McGee and the number 30 of Robert Demers. The two are able to keep going. The caution did not come out. Meanwhile, David Radcliffe grabs the lead from Jerry DeGasperi. Some contact between the 96 and the 68 of Russell.
We've got the 3 on the track.
Yes, we have a bumper down in turn 3 that will bring out the caution, and let's hope all competitors are able to see it on the way by. I'm sure they will be able to, as they're slowed down quite nicely. The battle is for the top 2 spots.
And again, Ron, you know, we saw this earlier in the afternoon. We know that turns 3 and 4 are traditionally very fast.
Only 2 go on to tomorrow afternoon's races. They get the green, and it's a dead race, although it looks like the 84 of Dave Radcliffe gets a little bit of an advantage down into turn 1. He jumps out to the lead. Russell Bryan in the 08 grabs that second and final qualifying position. It is now up to somebody to get by Russell. Let's see what happens in the next couple of laps. At the halfway point as David Radcliffe shows the field the way. Nancy Sherman gets right up, manages to keep it off the wall. She takes her automobile into the infield. It looks like she will be done for the afternoon. And keep an eye on that 81 of James Lawrence. James Lawrence started way in the back. He started in 13th and is looking to grab the 5th position. James Lawrence just might be the fastest automobile out there, but does he have time? Whoa! Tony Olszewski gets spun around as contact was made between the 68 and the 7, and the 85 had no place to go, finds himself stopped. He'll also be called an accident car. All 3 of them cars will have to be brought up to the rear of the field. David Radcliffe having a good run here this afternoon in that 84 machine. This is going to be an exciting 3 laps, and the field gets the green, and again it's almost a repeat as David Radcliffe gets the jump. Russell Bryan kind of played rubby-dubby with him, I guess you could say.
Well, it was definitely a touchy-feely thing as racing goes.
Rubby-dubby,
and of course, the first 2 cars are going to be your only qualifiers. Whoever gets across that start-finish line.
And a bad break for Kenny Morissette in that power-up sponsor, number 11. He heads pit side. He's done for the rest of the weekend, folks. Unfortunately.
For the season.
For the season, yeah, right. 1 to go for Dave Radcliffe and Russell Bryan. Keep an eye on the 81 machine. He's working that back bumper. He goes under the 08 and down the backstretch. Grabs that 2nd position. What a move for James Lawrence. James came from 13th to grab a qualifying position, and at the line, it's Dave Radcliffe and James Lawrence.
Well, that was just incredible racing, as exciting as anything I've in that 08 car, and not through contact. He just had that 81 car coming up under him so hard and so fast, he had nowhere else to go.
That's right, and David Radcliffe, of course, came in under the checkers. He's sponsored by Cutler Construction, Jack's Auto Salvage, and Modern Grinding Technology, and he's driving a 79 Camaro. Next.
Okay, we're ready for our Streeter division here. 2nd consolation race. You're at Seekonk Speedway, the 3rd annual D. Anthony Vendetti Memorial Weekend. Taking the pole position. Repair Family Auto from Hope, number 06, Jason Sinersha. The green flag is down, ladies and gentlemen. We're underway, and again, this is our consolation race in the Street division here at Seekonk Speedway. Only 2 will qualify. That is your point leader, 02, Matt Dewey, battling it out right now.
That's right, Pete. A whole year's worth of blood, sweat, and tears is on the line right now. That 02 has to come in the top 2. Ooh, we have a tangle down here in turn 3, Pete, between the 66 and
that will bring out the yellow, Ron.
Yeah, I believe it's the 45. I can't tell from this vantage, but looks like the 45.
And we're under our first yellow for this consolation race. We've got the 66 automobile and the 45. Lenny McQueen. We've got the green. And down to the floor they go. Dewey again, fighting it out with Morrow, trying to get around him, trying to maintain those top 2 positions. And in through the pack comes the 49 car of David Westgate. David Westgate really challenging his Dewey in the 02. It's high on the outside, losing a little bit of time on Morrow. Westgate in that 49 run is really in a position to do some damage.
Really, this is getting interesting, and also coming into the battle is the 54 of Dean Petty, and Matt Dewey gets sideways. He is now, right at this point anyways, out of a top 2 position. Let's hope he can keep the handles on that 02.
Well, I'll tell you, that Westgate in that 49 car is really hugging that inside groove and locking out Matt Dewey in that 02 car. Meanwhile, Morrow in the 38 is still in the lead, and again, ladies and gentlemen, only 2 cars will qualify for the feature race.
I can't stand it. I can't even stand to watch, Pete. This is hard to believe.
And now
3 wide.
Oh my goodness, Dewey is in the center of a 3-way sandwich with that 22 car coming up on Dennis Stample in the 22 car now challenging, and the 49 car of Westgate takes the lead. This is unbelievable.
And the 54 car of Dean Petty just might be the fastest car on the speedway.
And now Morrow is way back in 6th position with Petty coming up now underneath. Petty is past Dewey in the 02. This is incredible racing with 1 lap to go. It's Westgate in that 49 and fighting it out for that final qualifying position is heading in the 54.
Yes, Matt Dewey, ladies and gentlemen, grabs the horsepower, jumps into second, and Dean Petty, the 38 and the 22 all get tangled.
My goodness.
Hard to believe. Only here at Seekonk Speedway. This is why action is our attraction.
It was unbelievable. Matt Dewey, I'll tell you, he was saved because Dean Petty in that 54 car got loose, stalling up the entire field. When Dean Petty just got sideways, going into the Rizzo Ford back straight, he held up the rest of the field, significantly cutting off the challenges for anybody else to surpass the 0-2 of Matt Dewey.
Okay, Pete, out onto the speedway now is the Formula 4 division, and in case you didn't know it, this is the last division that Anthony Vendetti created, and it started a few years ago with 2 or 3 cars, and as you can see, its popularity has grown. We have full consolation races here. We're going to run 8 laps. Everyone's right except for this one. Check see if you got a 12 Formula 4. Okay, Pete, we get the green, and jumping right out to the lead is the number 82 machine for Bobby Blanchette. Bobby is a multi-time feature winner here, but so is Gerard Berthollet in the number 4. Ron Manfredo didn't like that start. He figures probably that the 82 got a little bit of a jump.
Either that or he was anticipating the 28 going sideways. I don't know if he's if he's some sort of...
Ron's a lot of things, but I don't think he's psychic. But yeah, you never know. Behind the wheels in different divisions. They try it again, they get the green. Again, it's almost a repeat as the 82 gets the jump. Remember, 3 cars qualify and 3 cars only. The 72 gets tangled up and spun around, and a little bit of a head-on collision there. Nothing serious though. That's Nancy in the 64.
Jerry Berthollet in that 4 car is really doing a good job. We're back under yellow again.
And I believe that'll bring the 72 of Michael Lopes and Nancy Rigo to the rear of the field. They were the reason for the caution. It looks like we need a push truck for the 60. Seekonk Speedway.
And we're back under green.
And the 82 gets the jump every time, Pete. He does it again. Leads the field down through the first 2 turns. And there goes Gerald Berthollet. Gerald Berthollet hangs on, though, and keeps it headed in the right direction. Don't ask me how.
Some serious debris on the track.
He manages to cut off the 45 automobile. Didn't see it. And also over in turn 4, we have the 77. This is racing at its best here at Seekonk Speedway as they all try to get to the front.
And we've got debris on that Rizzo Ford back straight. This will bring us under yellow.
And unfortunately, Gerard Berthollet in the Owl's Garage, number 4, will have to bring that up to the rear of the field, I think.
He really got barnsided there by that.
And they get the green again. This time the 82 doesn't get quite the jump as he did the last 2 times, but he does lead the field again. Down into turn 1. And Jesse Manchester gets up a little high and leaves a little bit of room for Paul Guimond Jr. in the 24. And Guimond takes advantage. Now he's working on Casper in the 28. That battle right now, whoa. Holy mackerel.
I don't know what has happened to him, but he's certainly got a problem.
I didn't see that start, but like Jim says, I didn't see what happened to him, but he certainly has a problem. He has a flat left rear tire, however.
That does not slow these cars down a bit. I've driven home with a flat left rear.
Yeah, that'll be true.
Yeah.
Ken Casper in his 28 machine brings the field down at a little stronger of a pace than normal. He doesn't get quite the jump on the field as Ken Casper in that 28 machine, the rear-wheel drive machine, I might add, I think it is anyways, works that outside groove. Paul Guimond in the 24 looking underneath, but the 28 shuts the door. Those 3 just have to kind of ride it out at the halfway point. If they can, and look at Gerard Berthollet, started last. He's now challenging for a qualifying spot, and he's got to get by either one of the 24 or the 28 in order to move on. The 52 gets way up high, but manages to keep it off the wall. I don't know how he did it, but he did it. He has a severe plow in that machine, Jimmy. He's turning the wheel twice as far as he really has to, and can't get it to turn. See, he goes drifts way up in that 52 machine.
White flag.
We have 1 lap to go for Bobby Blanchette. Paul Guimond. The battle right now, though, is for third. Keep an eye on that 4. He's working the back bumper. He's looking underneath the 28. Reaches for the horsepower, but doesn't look like he's going to get the job done, as unofficially it's Bobby Blanchette in the 82, the 24 of Paul Guimond Jr., and the 28. Oh, excuse me, we're under yellow.
82 was backward to the racetrack all the turn.
Every time he wants to get this over with, I'm sure they get on the gas at the line. Ron Manfredo shows the green, and the Benz powered at number 82 once again gets the jump. Gerard Bertholet has to hang on, only 2 more laps to go, and it doesn't look like he's going to do it on the outside, but here we come under the checker, and unofficially it's Bobby Blanchette, Paul Guimond Jr., and Kenny Spencer, with Bobby Blanchette coming in under the checker.
East Providence. Mike Walsh from Westerly in that car number 11, that's the one the letters are coming off of. Alan King in car number 75. Larry Linfield in the Don and Wally 61, Dave Furtado in the 1, John Belmont in the 47, and you're creating a monster here, you know that, Silva. Mike Brightman from Acushnet in the 17, Kyle Machan from Somerset in the 46, Dave Jordan's 99, Eddie Tebow in the 53 from Tiverton. Tom Boats comes to us down from Milford or Hopedale, car number 16, Les Potter from Providence in the 18 car. Garth Rowe in the 33, Steve Whitehead from New Bedford in the 07, Dave Gavlik from Rumford in the 14 car, Robert Longo in the bringing them down and around is Pat Marino's 15 automobile. The green is out and we are running. The 11 of Mike Walsh squeezing down the inside. I guess the duct tape, they've got everything back more or less where it belongs. Hold on to that. Larry Linfield having trouble with the 61. The Don and Wally 61 having a little bit up and down. He's having trouble getting the back end to stick on that. As your leader continues to be Pat Marino. Pat Marino's in the lead. As the 11th car, Mike Walsh tries to squeeze down by Pat Marino. Remember, only 3 are going to qualify. And Mike wants to get out in front and stay there as far as he possibly can. He doesn't want to take the chance of being passed, and it's only halfway. So he wants to get down there, take over the lead, and be sure that he's qualified. Pat Marino's got other ideas on it, though, as Pat tries to close the door down the backstretch. Mike Walsh down the inside, giving it everything he's got, as Marino going in deep, but not quite deep enough, as Mike Walsh makes it down the inside and takes over the lead, beating the Ford through the turns. And that 03 car has managed to hang on to that 3rd spot. Scott Fitzgerald started outside with 1 lap to go. There are your 3 cars that will finish. 1, 2, 3. If they can make it all the way around, then 93 going around and around and around. And does it Danny Sullivan? Keeps right on going. Hang on, look out. Get everybody around it, all right. As coming out of the turn for the finish, as the 09 in the backstretch, he's going backwards. And your winner is Mike Walsh. In 2nd spot's the 03 of Scott Fitzgerald, and your 3rd qualifying automobile is the 15 of Pat Marino, as the 75 tangles up here against the wall. The 75 in the last lap of the last race of the 1995 Four season. Alan King ends up against the wall. He's okay. The rest of this group are done for the year. The rest of the Formula 4s are done for the year. They have not qualified. They have done a
longtime campaigner here out of Swansea, sponsored by Magoni's Restaurant, Long and Parent Insurance. It's the 56 for Linwood Cohen. 10th on the grid is the 98 machine, the sponsorless machine for Elmer Wing. Next in line, the 11th on the grid.
Or whether they will be all done for the 1994 season.
Okay, they get the green in. Brian Maybaum in the 33 got a little bit sideways, but held on to the lead. Leads the field down the backstretch, but Joe Perry Jr. is working that outside groove. It's got to get to the front. A 45 of Scott Estrella doing a nice job trying to take over that 2nd spot, and as of this point, he has that 2nd position. They go 3 wide in the back as Paul Vaness pulls an excellent move. Linwood Cohen dives underneath the 02, runs out of room, and unfortunately the 02 ends up spun out. turn 3. It doesn't look like he's going to be able to get out of the way, and we'll have caution number 1.
Once again, we urge you to watch that position number 6, because it's the first 6 cars across the line will be allowed to continue racing tomorrow.
Nice and steady as the 33 gets on the gas, brings the field down. Scott Estrella gets sideways, but grabs a handful of horsepower and tries to get up alongside of the 33. Jim looks at me, a handful of horsepower. I mean a right foot full of horsepower.
Just wondering if that microphone's on.
And the 31 and the 3 get tangled up on the backstretch a little bit, but the competitors are able to keep going. Keep an eye on Joe Perry. He's got to bring to the front. He's looking to make it 3 wide to get underneath the 31. Does it and grabs 2 positions down the backstretch. Elmer Wing gets shifted up high, and Linwood Cohen makes heavy contact with the 18 of Steve Ribb. Steve Ribb gets spun out over in turn 1, right up against the wall. There is some damage on that 18. I don't know if he'll be able to continue, but it looks like Linwood's going to be able to. A little sheet metal damage, but that's about it. Okay, they get the green again, Jim, and Brian Maybaum gets the jump. And Scott Estrella has better ideas, though. Even though he's in a qualifying spot, like I said earlier, this is a race for pride. They want to get to the front no matter what, even though they are in a qualifying position. They want to come in under the checkers. That's what it's all about. Linwood Cohen and Steve Ribb having some problems in the back as the 18 and the number 6 tangle. We're at the halfway point, and right at this point anyways, it's Brian Maybaum, Scott Estrella, and it's a dead heat for the 3rd spot. Guy Workman in that 80, a rookie competitor, you never know it. Look at him working that bottom groove like he was a many seasoned veteran, many years seasoned veteran. Whoa! Again, Linwood Cohen in the 6th tangle. Linwood had to come to a stop, and the 6 is spun around. Another caution.
Thank you, Jim.
Johnny Mercury to the tower. Johnny Mercury to the tower, please. Johnny Mercury to the tower. You know, it's last ditch time.
Paul Vanessa and Sean Arnott didn't get a good start. I don't know if he missed a shift or missed the gas pedal or whatever, but he's back under speed. He is, however, in a qualifying position, and he's going to pull up on the back bumper of the 45 car.
And Scott Estrella definitely got a good shot out of the on the green.
Absolutely.
And he's going after Moran Maybaum.
And the battle right now is for that bubble position between the 16 and the 80. Keep an eye on these 2 gentlemen. They are having a race within a race. That is the final qualifying position, either the 16 or the 80 at this point. And Brian Maybaum gets way high coming out of 4. Scott Estrella sees the opening and grabs the lead. Paul Vanessa also follows suit, gets underneath the 33. And with 1 to go, it is Scott Estrella in the 45.
Brian Maybaum is trying to drive a diesel locomotive by turning the headlight, as he's really hard-pressed to keep that 33 in contention. He wants to stay ahead of the 16 right car if he wants to stay in the feature.
And in under the checkers was the 45 machine, the Estrella Farms number 45 for Scott Estrella, who, by the way...
We have the Pro Stock Classic, yeah?
Are you going to do all of them?
No, I'm not going to do it. Why? He did that one.
I know it. The only one he did.
That's
He's been doing
I've done a lot.
He's done a lot.
More than normal.
Yeah. So I've been doing them all. I went out to prison and checked over some cars.
Yeah, I know you told me.
Yeah. Go ahead, do this one. Do it right.
No.
Okay, the exotic,
He's doing it
super
right.
fast Pro Stocks, ladies and gentlemen. Anthony Vendetti created this division back in the early 80s, and it is now run at tracks throughout New England. Of course, the best Pro Stock track is right here. And he got in the top 5 in points. We get the green, and Tony Dias Jr. in the number 20 Boston Chicken Machine leads the field down the backstretch. Dave Rosenfield, one of the Rosenfield brothers, running in 3rd, and whoa, the 23 dives underneath. Makes a little bit of contact, no harm done, however, and it is side by side between the 21 and the 55. The 55 gets shifted way up high as the 37 of Anthony Silpetro ran out of room, ran right over the nose of that 55. Dave is out of Bridgewater. and his car is not heavily damaged, but I don't think he's going to be able to continue without going to the pit area. Anthony Salpetro in the Zeke's custom auto machine finds himself. Let's see if he can get back out to the rear of the field.
Now, most of the damage that you see on the side of the 37, he did passing sideways over Rosenfield's car. He went over that car sideways.
Yeah, I think the people on the backstretch could have. Shot. He leads the field down through 1 and 2, and look at the radical one. The New England Tech number 94 started way in the back, just took the 3rd spot. Evidently, whatever that crew did, it was done right, as the radical one is working the Seekonk Speedway to his advantage. He's looking to the bottom of the 21 of Mike Santiano. Mike Santiano's using a little more of the track than normal, but that's all part of it here. And the 42 and the 0 get together. Both competitors are able to continue. And look at Bruce Goma-Taylor. Wants to get by the radical man, but he's going to have his hand cut out for him. Looks to the bottom, but Rick Martin shuts the door going down into turn 1.
You're in charge.
6th to qualify. The number 42 is on the bubble. The number 42 is the final qualifying position at this point. And you've got the number 4 machine looking to get by the Cello's restaurant sponsored number 42. The 42 is just running his own groove. He's saying if you want to go by, you're going to have to go around. At the halfway point, it's the Boston Chicken Machine out with an outstanding lead. Mike Santiano, Rick Martin, Bruce Goma-Taylor, Wayne Newman, and like I said, on the bubble is the 42. Keep an eye on that 42 because he's going to maintain that position. Anthony Salpetro in the Zeke's custom auto number 37 has better ideas. He's working that outside groove here at Seekonk Speedway. He wants to get up by that 42. Again, whoa! And the number 4 makes a little contact. Just want to let you know I'm here. That's all. And he gets by. He gets by, folks. And that leaves Anthony Salpetro high and dry going into turn number 1. He had to back out a little bit, but the number 4 of Jeff McClure is on the bubble. That is a Ronnie Pond owned Johnny Tripp team car. Jeff McClure is normally a crew member for Dick Houlihan. I don't know if he's ever driven race cars before, but he's doing a good job here at Seekonk Speedway. 2 to go this time by. Let's see if the 0, Dave Silva can get by. He's looking to the bottom, but Jeff will have none of that. He leaves the door open, but the 0 can't quite get it done. With 1 to go, it'll be Tony Diaz Jr. One more time around for that number 4 automobile. As under the checkers comes Tony Diaz Jr. And Ricky Martin and Bruce Goma-Taylor make contact, and Bruce just a little payback, that's all. And the final qualifying position. The final qualifying position. Now, ladies and
Jeff Horn at 11:23. Big Nelson's time of 11:50.